Hi, everybody. It's Dilly Briggs from the Dilly News Rock Show. We're also on chaoticradio.com and now also on Rockers Edge Radio. Today, we have an awesome interview because we're not going to interview just one, but we're going to interview a few different artists who also happen to be playing together soon at a drive-up pop-in concert. We have the Charros of Rock and we have Fallen Fury. How's everyone doing today?
Arre, what's up, everybody? Thank you for having us, Dilly.
Doing great, everyone.
How's it going?
Very well. I am so excited to be able to speak with everybody. I really do appreciate that you took the time. Now we're going to start with the Charros of Rock, gentlemen, because they do have a tight schedule and they're going to have to be leaving soon. But they have something awesome to promote that we want to make sure that music fans out there know about, because we're finally getting to be able to see some live concerts again. So please tell us about what's going on, and then we'll touch on who all is in your band.
How you doing, Dilly? Thank you for having us on your show. It's a pleasure to be here, also with Fallen Fury, our friends. Yeah. That will be performing with us at the show in Oxnard. It's going to be at the Canyon Club for a carpool event. You know, socially distanced. You know, they're figured out a way to bring entertainment to everyone, and so we're happy to jump on that. You know, because there's no other way right now. You know, right?
It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. So if you guys are wondering what is there to do out there, we have the show in Oxnard, and it's going to be awesome playing the show with Fallen Fury, and it's going to be a driving experience, which I think a lot of people haven't done yet. If you haven't done it yet, gone through the drive-through concerts or the drive-in concerts, you got to do it. You know, especially if you have like a lowrider with a lot of hydraulics in the back. You know, you just got to set it on low because you don't want it to bounce too high, because then the people behind you won't be able to see, you know. But we're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun, and also just because you drive into the show in your car doesn't exactly mean you have to stay in your car. You can get out. You can put the chairs around your car as long as you stick in your area. You know, everything is socially distanced, so you guys can actually get out your car. You guys could dance the cumbia. You know, you could dance it like Salinas or like Shakira. You know, right outside your car. As long as you're in your little square, you know, so there. Or better yet, you can take one of those buses like they have in India, where there's like 300 people hanging off the side. You know, you could take one of those, because they charge per car. You know, you could always install some seatbelts outside the bus, and that counts, right?
Yes.
And then you can have 300 people there, but all 300 people have to stay around that bus. You know, so
yes.
It's gonna be a fun show. We can't wait to see Fallen Fury in action. That's going to be crazy, you know. And then we're looking forward to taking the stage also.
That's right. For the people that don't know what Charros of Rock is, Charros of Rock is the ultimate rock mariachi experience. We're a relatively new band. I mean, we started the band in the beginning of the year, but we were going to launch the band show on the 4th of April, but we had to, cancel that. It was going to be in Fresno. Fortunately, you know, there's been ways to promote the band through internet and the different platforms out there that are free, you know, that we can take advantage of. And so this is also one of them, and we appreciate you having us on it. Also, I mean, it's like I said, it's relatively new. We had our first show was the show with Monsters of Rock Cruise, which was a online, right? Like, it was a live stream show with them, and it was awesome. I mean, so far we've had like almost 13,000 people watch the show, and so, you know, to start the band like that, it was perfect. It was better than doing a live venue show, you know, because a lot of people not only from here was able to see it, but people from, you know, outside the country. We got messages from people in Spain, from people in Peru, and in Colombia, in Mexico, Salvador, and so we're pretty excited about putting out this new experience out there, because it's something fresh, you know. I mean, we've how can I say, we've gotten the look of charros, kind of like a cowboyish look, you know, and as charro, which means cowboy in English, so it's a word, rock and roll horseman, you know. That's
yeah. Charros is a new band, but even though Ricky might be shy to say it, but you know, he has been the well-known lead singer for the group Metalachi for the past 10 years, and he doesn't want to bring that up, so I'll bring it up for him.
Who?
No.
I was yes, I
Who
was
said
going
that?
to ask about that because some artists do not want to touch on the back, but since you did have a band member bring it up, I did want
Hey,
to let you know.
you just didn't let me get to that. You just didn't let me get to
No,
that. I was about to get to that.
he's shy. I mean, it's better if I say it, so this way you don't seem conceited and big headed, even though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I myself have
Hey,
seen
I'll tell you what,
Metalachi.
that was
So,
an awesome band,
mhm.
Metalachi, and that's how we met these guys. These guys are amazing, man.
Thank
And
you,
that,
bro.
oh my gosh, I can't even tell you, man. Ricky,
Ricky's voice alone is like superb. It blows me away every time I hear you.
yeah,
Thank you,
they
Amy.
really lost out, man. They
Oh, yeah,
really
they
lost
totally
out when you left, man. So if you guys have never seen like a showman, you guys are gonna see one, man. October 3rd, Ricky's gonna bring it, man. The whole band.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate
Oh
that.
yeah,
Seriously.
and I myself personally, like I said, because I have myself seen Metalachi a number of times myself, so I did know who you are. I did know that you. This is kind of a new band as far as just the lineup, but the fact that all of you do have a lot of experience yourself, and because you were the front man of Metalachi, which of course was a very popular band, and a lot of people did go to see you. But you're right now with the shutdown, it's kind of hard for that. So a lot of us are trying to be able to do different platforms to be able to put the music out there. And this is one of those ways. And it does reach a lot more people who cannot go in person. So there is some ups to the down on it. But just to elaborate a little bit more, so ladies and gentlemen, so you do know, of course, the history of this new Charros of Rock, but it is not brand new musicians, just a new lineup. Because Ricky Rod, of course, is the lead singer once upon a time from Metalachi. But we also have, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it wrong, Mavaro Duran?
Avero.
Avero. See, we went through this before.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Mavero Duran on trumpets and vocals. You also have JJ Salas. We have Henrique. Did I say it right? Henrique Hayes.
Henrique, there you got it.
Henrique Hayes. I like that. Did you get it from
Hey,
Jimi
and one more thing.
Hendrix and Purple Haze? Is that where you got that from, or is that his real name?
I gotta tell you, Mr. Durand is an awesome horn player too. Not to take anything away from Ricky, Mr. Durand, awesome man. He puts on a show.
And I'm gonna be there on the 3rd, so I better hear this awesome because I'm gonna be there getting back
crazy,
the footage.
man. He just brings it. Awesome player, awesome stage show. Thank you, sir. You're an awesome guy. We kind of borrowed some stuff from you, Mr. Durand, for our own.
Okay, so now you have some pressure.
Thank
I'm gonna be there, and what he just said, I better. No, I'm just kidding. On, I know you're gonna do a good job.
I mean, I don't think Will has ever seen me play a show with my clothes on, so maybe it's a different interpretation.
Oh, but really fast, just to touch on the other members, super fast. I want to just so I don't leave anybody out. We also have Nico Sticks. You have Nadum V, Bel Martel, and Mara Felina. Please tell us a little bit about what the other members in your band also do, so that people realize. Because I know you have members that have played before with Santana, with Mariachi Divas, and stuff. So you do have some serious history. Can you kind of touch on that for us?
You know, when we put together this band has been a work in progress for since I want to say June of last year, and we auditioned. You know, because a lot of times it is more difficult, but we're very happy with the product is that we basically put together an all-star band. So not everyone is actually local to LA. And so we actually got JJ Salas actually moved over here from the East Coast around New York.
New York, yeah.
And so he moved over here and is our guitar player. Enrique Hayes is out of Fresno, California, and so is Nico Sticks. But these guys, we put in auditions, we auditioned a lot of people, and there was a lot of really talented artists with experience that wanted to be part of this project and wanted the chance to work with Ricky, former lead singer of Metalachi. They jumped at the chance to work with him, and so we had a good pool to choose from. We chose some guys, and we could say that Mara Felina and Bill Martel definitely were the late additions to the group, but also ended up being one of the better additions as far as they really completed the group. And I want to say better because everyone has their own thing. Everyone brings their whole thing to the group.
Yes.
But Mara and Bell actually, I think we feel that really completed the group. We love having that mix of male and female power both in the group. and they really they really give that balance, and it's a wonderful show. Not only that, but these cats are funny. You know, the one thing is that they can play their asses off. They're great musicians, but they're also funny. So it also keeps that element of the comedic element of the band going. But then when the band plays music, I mean, you shit your pants. It's great. You can't believe the level. And if you guys want a little taste, go onto YouTube. Charros, we just released some videos on YouTube from our Monsters of Rock show, and you can kind of see that the level of talent that these guys bring to the table, and it's tremendous. And we're very fortunate to have each and every one of these people in the band.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you know what? You're right. I think it's a great element. I love the women in there. Because I do believe that, you know, women and men mixing, of course, like the Fallen Fury. I mean, I think they make a great sound together, you know, and I think it's fantastic. And I was watching the Monsters of Rock cruise lineup that you had. I did watch that. I watched a number of the videos and stuff because I love that. Again, I've seen Metalachi a lot, so I mean, I do like all of that stuff, and I do know how to salsa and cumbia.
Nice.
So I might be doing that on October 3rd when I come out to see you guys. So we also happen to be running on Rockers Edge Radio and Chaotic Radio as well. A little commercial for your show that's coming up at the drive-in with all of you guys. I personally have attended one of them. I attended the Metallica drive-in pop-up concert. It actually is very fun. The experience, it's a little different, but it is very fun. People were very awesome. They stayed in their little area by their cars. They did social distance, but people were still out and about by their little cars, rocking out. You're still kind of high-fiving airwise, you know, to the other people, to the other members. Everybody's singing out loud. So it was still a great, fun experience. And the people that go still made it that concert experience because we're all shouting back to the, and that's just a scream. So I think just seeing you guys live, being at a drive-in concert live, where you're really interacting, not just pre-recorded interacting, but really interacting with the fans, I think will bring some of that really fun experience back. And I encourage people to go out and check out these drive-up pop-up concerts because it is going to be the closest thing you're going to be able to get to a live show again. And they're doing a really good job on being able to keep us social distance, but still be able to give us some of that entertainment that we crave so badly. And artists like you also crave, because that is your bread and butter. That's your creativity. That's your daily thing as well. Some people have a 9-to-5 job they have to go to. This is your 9-to-5. So it still brings you a way to be able to get your work and your creativity out there to others. And I love it. I can't wait. I'm excited for it. So once again, people can check out the commercials to get the website to buy tickets, but please give the information once again where they can look for tickets to get tickets to this show.
Well, everybody can go on the website for the Canyon Club, Oxnard, and they can grab the tickets there. Tickets are $49 for each car. So I guess it can't go over the amount of seat belts in the car, right? Unless you have a big trunk.
Yeah,
you can put somebody in there.
Yeah, you can't exceed the number of seatbelts in the car. So that's why if you're really good at installing your own seatbelts, you can get a lot of people into the show. You know what's really cool about this too, about the drive-in shows, is that, you know, when you're on the stage and you ask people to flash you, they're actually going to flash you with their car headlights instead of.
Yeah.
So it is going to be a family show.
Well,
all ages, right? It's all ages as long as they keep the kids hidden with tinted windows.
so, but yeah, everybody can check out the get some tickets before they run out, and we hope everybody can come and check out. This will be actually our second public show ever, you know, because our first show will be on the 2nd at Hilltop Tavern in Apple Valley, so that will be our actual first public show, socially distant public show.
And it is a great idea that you guys get your tickets ahead of time, because from what I heard is that they only allow, I think the lot only fits about 100 cars. And so as soon as those spaces are full, then that's it. They're not letting anybody else in, you know, unless you do jump into somebody's trunk. But other than that, you know, so it's best just to get your tickets ahead of time. It was like $49 for each vehicle. It's not per person, but it's per vehicle. So you know, which is not bad at all. You know, it's not bad at all, and it is a lot of fun. Yeah, from what I hear.
There's going to be food. There's going to be booze. I mean, just make sure you bring your designated driver.
There's going to be booze at this one, because the other one they didn't allow booze. They didn't allow booze at the other one, but if there's going to be booze at this one, yeah, I think more people will show up.
Well,
As
some
long
people,
as you just pick one designated driver, and then the rest of them have a ride automatically home.
Some people some people have a beer dispenser like this installed in their car, so like you can't take it out.
Unless you have a Tesla, and then you can tell the Tesla to drive you back home.
There you go.
Yes, yes.
You
Just
just gotta find the right
like-
car.
I'll be like,
Which
fuck,
one?
I'm here already. Go But
No.
we do encourage everyone to find us on YouTube. Check out the videos. Subscribe to our channel. Like us on Facebook at Charros of Rock. Also, we are on Instagram. We're on Twitter, and we'll be on Tinder pretty soon. So,
Nice.
girls, make sure.
Yeah, as soon as the band is over, we'll be back on Tinder.
Swipe right. Swipe right. Fuckers.
It'll be Belle and Felina getting all the swipes. So.
Oh, dude.
Definitely.
Well, I know. Thank you very much for all the information. I really do appreciate it, and I do look forward to seeing everybody together. I have seen Fallen Fury play live. I love their performance. They give an amazing performance, lots of energy. So I'm very excited about seeing them. And I have seen you perform live, so this is going to be great to see the new lineup and see everybody play. So we will be there. I encourage people to get those tickets. Go out there. $49 for a whole car full of people is nothing. That's a really good price because you're splitting it between like 5 to 6 people.
Yeah, that's like
So-
two coffees. That's like 2 coffees at Starbucks. Come on.
Right? It's
two
nothing.
cups.
It's really nothing. And for us avid music fans that really want to go out there, I mean, you're gonna make that time. If somebody can make the effort and the space in a safe environment for us to be able to go out there and catch a show again, then you're gonna get a lot of people who've been waiting for that to actually go out there and do that and experience that, so yeah, I think it's fantastic. Now I know you also have a tight schedule and that you do have to get going soon, so is there Fallen Fury's going to stay? They have new music we're going to be featuring from them as well, but is there anything that you guys want to touch on or say to anything that we didn't mention before you have to leave, or if you want to stay a little longer, that's great.
You can also find the ticket links on our website, www.charrosofrock.com. That's where you can also get our Charros of Rock merchandise, our T-shirts, and everything. We will also be bringing our T-shirts to the shows, so we will socially distantly like throw them at you or something, but we'll
A shirt cannon. Boom.
a shirt
There you go.
cannon, yeah, or a catapult, or we'll get one of those those dogs that come back, and bring you stuff. So, but yeah,
I can bring my dog and he'll
Hey,
let you
I
do
want
shit.
one of those shirts. I want one of those shirts.
Me
Okay,
too.
bro, we'll bring
See,
them
I
some.
always wear. Look, this is from when I went to Fog Hat. This is Fog Hat. I always wear my band shirts when I go, so I'm definitely going to be down to get some too.
Wait, I can't see. Let me see.
This is
What does
Fog
it say?
Hat.
Oh,
Fog hat.
nice. Nice. Okay.
I think those are real.
I interviewed Brian from Fog Hat, and I got to see them. So, but yeah, but I support. I buy the merch, and I wear the merch too, so I'm very much a supporter of our artists because I know you guys do so much to also give back to us community and people who need that outlet. So I really do
Thank you,
appreciate
Zoe.
the things that you do for us and for the community that you're in, so because you don't really necessarily have to go out of your way to push so hard to do this when you can just say, here's a song online, listen to it online. You're doing your best to bring us that live entertainment again. So yeah, I'll definitely, bring your money, everybody, buy some shirts, support your artists, buy any tracks, download whatever music, download the new music from Fallen Fury as well. I definitely
fun.
encourage it because they do so much to give back to us. So
That's
thank you
right.
so much, gentlemen, for tuning in with us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us. Thank
I
you
really
so much.
appreciate it. So, I mean, if you have to go, that's great. If you want to stay a little bit longer while we do a little bit more on Fallen Fury, that's great too. So up to you. So if you have to leave,
Hey, I want to hear some Fallen Fury.
okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's get into this
Hey!
now. Amy and Will Bowman, they are the frontmen of Fallen Fury. Amy is lead vocalist, and now they also now have a new band member here. You have Anthony Pollock is the new band member. They also have a drummer, Stephen.
Yeah,
Cox, who's
Anthony's
not
our
with us
rhythm
today.
player.
He's the. I'm sorry.
Anthony's our rhythm player.
Okay. So tell us about the new music that you guys have coming up. You have,
though.
I know.
well, you have 3 new songs, and so with the new band members. So tell us about the process. You have 3 new songs, which are I'm sorry, I have to get my little reading glasses for that. But I have them down. So you have Man from Torrid, I'm Your Hero, and Ever After. So you have 3 new songs coming out. We've been featuring some of, so tell us a little bit about that. Let's start with the first one, Man from Torrid. What is that about? What's the process of that?
Okay, so as you know, many of our fans know, I'm really into like sci-fi, paranormal. I like old 50s monsters, serial killers. I love Alice Cooper. So I love all that stuff. So when we do stuff, I kind of like to make characters. That's kind of what my process for doing stuff. I love characters. So some big mentors for me that when I was kind of coming up was Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash was a great storyteller. He made characters. Merle Haggard, you name it. Alice Cooper, 18. There's tons of guys who do that, and I was always a big fan of a storyteller. The Eagles, Santana. I love that stuff. Just being able to tell a story through a song as opposed to, other avenues of doing that. So with this particular song, Man from Torrid, there is, I guess, an urban legend, or I don't even know if it's an urban legend. You can look it up, everybody. Look up Man from Torrid. It's about this time traveler, right? Shows up in an airport, witnesses, plenty of witnesses. They don't know what country he's from because the country he presents IDs for doesn't exist. Somehow he gets kind of arrested, put into a hotel, and the next day he's gone with cameras watching. So how did that happen? So I was a big fan of that, and then also was a big fan of John Teeter. You guys can always look that up too. He was supposed to be a guy from the future who came back to 1982 to get an IBM computer. Lots of weird stuff on that. And then I got into another book called The Time Machine, written in 1859. So kind of going back before 1900. That was about like some time travel stuff. And then another literary character named Joseph Boren, written in 1850. So I started thinking, so I read all these things and I was like, you know what? I wonder if it's all the same guy. So I started coming up with some lyrics about this and then I came up with this. So if you guys give it a listen, you'll kind of have some lyrics that you could probably look up and then like educate yourself on that. I'm big on this stuff. We have a couple of other songs in our catalog that I write monster stuff with. Michael Voorhees is another one. If some of you guys have seen us live, we'd like to do that one. So that one's about Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. So a little bit of everything. But I like to go in that dark stuff. And that's what we're doing right now. We've got some other stuff on the simmer too, coming from Mr. Anthony down here. So we got some even more interesting jams to be recorded, hopefully in December. So yeah, that's what that first song's about. Amy, what's the next song you got there, my friend?
Well, hold on. Before we yeah, let's elaborate just a pinch on what you just said. Okay, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
Upgrading. Okay, so just to elaborate really fast on what you said, so the Man from Torrid is kind of a bit of thing because you're like fascinated with time travel and things like that. So you're kind of thinking like it might be the same man traveling with all these different sightings and stuff. A little interesting fact, because I do watch a lot of those kind of like A&E shows and those weird specials and stuff like that, so we'll get into those shows. And it's interesting because I've watched shows where they talk about these extremely old pictures that were taken back in like the 40s, where there's no way those cameras can, digitalize something out of nothing, and that you couldn't really easily, put something in, and they'll show like these old pictures, and then suddenly there'll be a picture of a man holding a cell phone or something like that.
Exactly.
It's like that there's no, and the clothing is out of date in a different time frame as far as the date and stuff, but they'll like say periodically they find certain pictures throughout time where you'll find people like that out of character, and but they're somewhere in the background. So there's always that little talk about time travel. So that's I've never heard anybody get into any type of music or anything like that in regards to that. But that is a true little mystery popping around, because I've seen stuff about that. So that's really interesting. Okay, and now the other songs that you have, Ever After and I'm Your Hero. I like the sounds of that. I really like the way the music went on that. And yeah, first off, Amy, he's so dark and stuff. Are you okay? Will is so dark. Are you okay? He's like, oh, he likes all that dark stuff. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, really, yeah, I'm used to it now, so.
So tell us
the
then,
next
so
two
that
songs
the others is your influence on You're My Hero and Ever After. Tell me about that.
well, I'm not as dark and I'm not as deep. I'm situational when I write, and it just seemed like there for a while, the social media just seemed so fake to me. And so I kind of wrote I'm Your Hero in that vein, where half of the first part of that song is the person behind the camera being kind of like a madman, writing all these things that sounded so great and so positive that it made me pause and go, wait, what? Surely that's not right. And then the second half of the song is me responding to that. So that's basically all of it.
Fake people suck.
It's true.
Now we're going to feature some of the music as well that you're talking about, some of the new songs and stuff that you're talking about, so, and then now with the new musician here added to that, how are you guys like coming together and creating the music and stuff, since you're doing social distancing and all that? How is that process for you guys to get together and do that?
Well, we get tested. Anthony got a test. He got a D. I think next time he's hoping to get a B passing, right? Right, Anthony?
Yeah.
I think he's going to get a B. He got a 69.
Yes.
Oh, they sound sexual to me for some reason.
Yeah. And then, we just get together. We try to be safe, masks. We're all really careful. I know I am. Amy is. Anthony is too. Anthony doesn't like people, so he's kind of a hermit. So that helps us. Our drummer Steve. We're all just really careful. So that's what we do. Yeah. Really. I mean, there's no magic thing. But I wish there was, but. There's nothing.
Well, I think everything you guys do, I think it's magic, and everything that adds. Like now, how did when you came across for Fallen Fury, Anthony? How did you get into it? Like hearing about them and coming across them.
Well, I was actually contacted by a mutual promoter who worked with my previous band and their band, and he's just like, hey, I know this band is looking for a guitar player. Would you be interested? I said, yes, send me their info and their stuff so I can check it out. And so it was really like instantly I was listening to the songs and like, these guys rock pretty hard. And it's been a little while. It's been about 3.5 years since my band has kind of been on a hiatus. And so I've been having the itch to kind of get back into it and do it again. I mean, I never really lost it, but I think I kind of had to step back a little bit and kind of take inventory and figure out what it is that I want going forward. And, because as we know, being in a band is not easy. There's lots of different kinds of politics and dynamics. And, when you're with a bunch of people for a long time, I think sometimes they grow apart. And so when I met these guys, they're really cool. And it just seems really easy. They're really good people. Their music's good. And, I'm just really humbled and honored to get a chance to jam with them and Charros as well.
Thank you, brother. Likewise.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate everything that you guys are coming in and telling us and giving us the information. I think it's fantastic. So that, again, it gives more people a little bit more information about the band coming together and the new collaboration that you have going. So, I mean, and everything sounds fantastic. The new music sounds wonderful. So, yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else you want to say at this moment, we can go ahead and try to get into some of the new music and play some of that.
What I was going to say to kind of piggyback on what Anthony said is I think he's right, because I mean, you could have top-notch musicians, but if you don't get along with the guy or the gal, that makes things really difficult. So I think at a certain point, you know, we have to be competent at our craft, but then also you have that personality side to it, you know, because you're investing some time with this person, and you know, it helps if you can get along, if you can stand to look at him for, you know, 10 hours a day or whatever it happens to be. So, you know, having a personality, having someone you can click with, I think that's super huge. And I don't know about Charles, you guys have probably ran into that too, where, you know, personality, you got to be able to
Maybe just
to
a little
stand that
bit.
person, and they got to stand you and have that same vision. I think all of us after a while, you kind of struggle with that. You guys ever ran into that yourself?
Oh yeah, oh, definitely. But you know, going back to what you were saying, it's a matter of feeding off each other's energies, you know, and that's the way that creating becomes easier for everyone. You know, it just flows, you know, easily when everybody's in sync. When it comes to being together, musically, personally, like emotionally, and that's how the music is created a lot better. So I think it's a really, really important part of you know, being in a band when there's, you know, either women, men, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, it's still like there will be egos that you would have to deal with, you know, sometimes. And, you know, if you're able to deal with your own ego, then it's easier for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it is a family. It's not just a family, but you're in a relationship. It's a family and it's a relationship at the same time. You know, so because if it's not necessarily blood family, it's still that relationship that can easily go bad if you can't find that means to come together and okay, we fought, but you know what, it's over, done with, now let's just come back together and have a good time. So that can definitely happen, but it's wonderful that you guys have been able to find some great new lineups, some awesome collaborations. I'm really excited about the show coming up in October. I'm looking forward to that. You know, I am one of those people that I need to see that music, you know, if I can in person. So I will make that effort to go to the drive-ups and to check them out. And honestly, I think they're really fun, and I think people will get a really great experience out of it, you know. So yeah, so before we're going to go ahead and feature some of the new music from Fallen Fury as we're talking about it as well. And of course, there is a lot of online for Charros of Rock. You can go out and check them out, all the stuff that they have online right now as well. So it gives you an idea before the show of what you can expect from the show when you go and see it. As unfortunately, we didn't have that ready. We have the Fallen Fury music ready for that because there was going to be a shorter interview for you. But yeah, we can always feature any of your new music, like, you know, hit me up down the line. We can put it up on Rocker's Edge Radio, things like that. Like right now, we are featuring some of Fallen Fury's previous new music just from last year, Breaking the Skin and Following Intently and the self-titled Fallen Fury. Right now, that's playing in regular rotation on Rocker's Edge Radio because we also want to be able to give musicians that chance to put some new music out there. And since shutdown is happening, it's hard for them to get out and tour, like you said, and really promote. So this is just a new way of trying it. So it's still fairly new. Okay, we are recording again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just for everybody to know, we got kicked off a little bit ago. I'm sorry about that. That was my fault on my end. But if you're just tuning in, I'm Dilly Briggs from the Dilly News Rock Show. And today we are featuring two different bands. We were talking with members from Charros of Rock. We did have Ricky on earlier, but he had to leave. So we still have Mr. I keep saying your name wrong. Mavero
Duran.
Mavero. I keep saying, sorry, you know, discúlpame. I keep saying it wrong. Mavero, he is still here though, representing them. And we also have Amy Bowman and Will Bowman from Fallen Fury, and also Anthony Pollock, who is one of the new band members.
You're Amy.
I'm sorry, I'm pointing in different directions because there's a lot of people on the screen right now. So Alice in Wonderland, whichever which way it goes. So we've got one of their new members, also Anthony Pollock. We've been talking about the new music that they're doing. We've also been talking about together, these two bands are going to be playing at an awesome drive-in concert coming on October 3rd in Oxnard at the Montclair, the Canyon in Oxnard. The information, there's commercials running right now on Rocker's Edge Radio. They did give the information earlier in the interview. You can go back and catch this on Spotify. Later on, the visuals will also go up on one of the radio station feeds, if not both. The audio will run first. So we've come back here. We got kicked off. This is the second half of the interview where we'd like to feature the music. So tell me about like, oh, first off, you were in the middle of saying something to us. Well, please continue what you were saying
Uh,
about the live streams.
okay. Yeah, no, I was just thinking about what Brother Duran was saying about, getting to a wider audience. And I think, live streaming is great for that, it cuts down on the road work. I mean, to get, I think before COVID hit, to get the amount of people that they were talking about that they were doing with the live stream, that would be a couple of gigs, before you are able to reach that market. So with live stream, yeah, I mean, I think that we did a live stream little concert series with you, Dilly, in July or June, whenever that was. And we got several thousand from that one too, which really helped with not doing road work. I mean, we couldn't do it anyways, but the more people that can see us, and if we don't have to spend the gas or change work schedules or anything like that, I think that's such an awesome thing for musicians now that we have that avenue.
Yeah, and what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is previous. I have done a different interview with Witches Fallen Fury alone. Previous, when the first music was coming out, and of course we were just in shutdown, and there was no hope for music coming out yet. But they did a little performance for us on the Dilly News Rock Show. They had a little setup in their garage and gave us a little show, and we were able to put it up on the stream for the Chaotic Radio site, and that got so many views, so many people. We're so excited to see that because they felt like they got a little bit of that show back. So because being able to stream it like that, it gave them something back, and we did get a lot of hits. We got a lot of feedback for it. So I can't even imagine how much feedback you're going to get from an actual drive-in concert where people are actually getting to go see you. And then you can also like stream your shows from there too. And then, like they said before, as Ricky had said before earlier, you can reach so many different people in different countries. As when you guys did your show, you were talking about for Charros of Rock, that you guys had feedback coming from Chile and, Argentina and just wherever, different types of countries.
Australia, all over the world, and it was great. It's definitely a new platform that musicians are exploring with right now. Not just bands on the smaller circuit like ourselves, but even major bands. I mean, this is what they're doing. They're doing live streams. If you guys saw the award shows that are going on now, I think we just had the Grammys, or we had the Academy Awards. Like a lot of those performers, everyone's doing things on different platforms on live stream now, and it's funny because it's like with all the millions of dollars that they have, it's funny how you still see them messed up, because it's still not perfect, and like if you watch the Academy Awards, they're basically like the quality of their connection is about the same as what we have now on Zoom, a little bit blurry, a little bit pixelated here and there, the audio's and they basically sent them, a $10,000 camera to do this, and it's like the same quality. So it's like, we're kind of like all on the same level playing field here, and it definitely gives musicians and bands like ours that are up and coming, and people are still trying to make big strides with their music. It's giving them a bigger platform because this pandemic is forcing bands to learn this platform, and it's forcing them to do this to survive. Because if you're a band that's not doing anything right now, guess what? When things do open up, you might be in the back, because all the bands that are working hard right now on their music and learning the platforms, they're the ones that are in people's minds, and they're the ones that people want to see. That's going to pay off. And as we were talking about earlier, we're going to be in this for a while. It's not going to be over for, I think we're talking about a year, maybe not until 2022, so we're in this. So bands, if you haven't learned the platform yet, get on it. We're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, I know we're having to think out of the box constantly, because of what's happening. So,
yeah.
I mean, we're taking a look at all kinds of different avenues, whether it's radio, whether it's live stream, podcasts we're looking at doing, just to get our stuff still out there. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff we would have never considered. Prior to this, now we're having to look at. And then we have the band members that also kind of see that too. So, so Anthony knows that we're going to have to think out of the box and then approach it this way, where maybe we didn't approach it that way last year. We just have to adapt and get past it.
And that's the thing, is everybody is learning to adapt. I mean, even like for people like me who do the interviews and stuff like that, you can't come into studio. Our studio got shut down as well because we would have people come in to the studio live. They know they try to do it. We tried one time too with them, but you would have to come into the studio live to be able to be on there live but still be seen on the feeds and stuff. But even we got shut down, so we can't have, you know, artists come in to do a live interview in the studios anymore either. So of course, where everybody's doing stuff from home, as you can see, I'm also doing my shows from home. I had an amazing artist, Erie Pop Industries, Ajac Garcia, who did this amazing mural for me so that the show still connected, you know, somehow for the Dilly News Rock Show mural that he did. He actually does the murals for all the KLOS radio station, all those big giant murals of all the, like Joan Jett and Tom Petty and AC/DC and all them. He does all of those. And so like I threw myself on his mercy and begging him, like, because we have to do everything from home now, including the interviews. And I just wanted something to connect the shows with the interviews, because again, like you said, we all have to adapt and do something different or we're going to be dead in the water.
As,
you know?
as musicians, you know, and everybody's kind of in the same position, except if you think about one of the only types of bands that is actually working constantly throughout the pandemic has been mariachi bands, because mariachi bands are very portable. They're not electric, and they can perform in the backyard. They can perform in front of the house, and they can go from one job to the next without having to pack up or anything. And so what we did actually is the Charros of Rock actually made a subgroup called Charros Unplugged, where we dig into our mariachi roots. And so we have an acoustic version of our group that we've already done some shows, and we have a couple coming up, but it's basically a mariachi style band. But we play our music, we play our rock songs, but we also, since mostly everybody in the bands also has mariachi experience, we also offer traditional mariachi music. Then Dumvi, he's like a mariachi jukebox. That guy knows all the songs, and if you ask him to sing a song, he knows almost all of them. And also Bel Martel's a great singer. And but it's basically a group minus the drums and minus the electric guitars and the electric violin, and it's a mariachi band that rocks. And so but we had to do that in order to try to, again, like you're talking about, thinking outside the box. And so we kind of said, okay, let's do this. Let's be a chameleon and try to offer this to people, so this way we can also stay busy and kind of jump on that wave that mariachis have already been doing for hundreds of years. 100 years. They haven't been around that long. since the Stone Age.
Welcome back to the Dilly Duran Show. Around. Now we're going to play some of the pop for Fallen Fury that we've been talking about with a lot of anticipation. So we're going to start with Ever After. Want to give us a little bit about what Ever After is about, and then we'll play it?
Ever After is about love, being so in love that you don't know what else to do, that you would ask someone to die for you, to live for you. It's basically about that. This is kind of an old song for us. This is pre being the bass being a second skin. So this is when I was just vocals. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it.
Awesome. Okay, so right now we are going to be featuring one of the new tracks from Fallen Fury, and this is Ever After. everybody. Now that was Ever After, one of the new tracks from Fallen Fury that we're featuring today. We also have 2 more tracks that we're going to be featuring for you. We have now Man from Torrid and I'm Your Hero. Which one would you like to feature next?
Man from Torrid.
Man from Torrid. Okay, let's
That's a
go
good one.
ahead and set that up next, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the next song we're going to be featuring here from Fallen Fury is Man from Torrid. And this is the little story that Will was telling us earlier about a time traveler, correct? This is the time traveler song, and check it out. Once again, that was Man from Torrid from Fallen Fury. Once again, one of their other new tracks that they just have out, and something that they're going to be playing live for you coming up soon on October 3rd at the Canyon in Oxnard. Right, once again, playing with Charros of Rock, and that's going to be coming up here really soon. To make sure you get your tickets for that. So you're listening to some new music here on the Dilly News Rock Show from Fallen Fury, and we have one more track to play for you. But before we do, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about, the show coming up, mentioning it again, just, so people can kind of reiterate what's going on for you guys. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so October 3rd, we are opening up for Charros of Rock, and it's going to be a drive-in concert. You can buy tickets on charrosofrock.com. You can also buy tickets at eventbrite.com/Charros of Rock drive-in concert. Everything has to be paid for online, the thing. And yeah, that's the whole thing, because I think at a certain limit they're cutting off cars, and it's a good price. It's $49. So you can come in a Volkswagen Bug, $49, or you can come in a RV with a bunch of seatbelts, same price. So grab your friend. It's October 3rd. It's a Saturday, so you're not doing anything. I know you're not doing anything. Bring the family, get out for a little bit. It is socially distant, so I think we're all going to be safe. I really do. They're saying that a lot of this COVID stuff dies in ultraviolet light, so that's sunlight. As soon as it hits that, it's done. So, and everyone's going to have masks and gloves. I'm sure everyone's going to be very proactive about their safety. So, yeah, it's a good thing. I think doors open at 5 o'clock. We go on at 6, and then and we're going to get the crowd ready for Charros of Rock, man. These guys are awesome. If you have not seen these guys, man, you're in for a treat. If you've seen Metalachi, these guys are going to be like twice as good as Metalachi. So, respect to them, but Charros of Rock is where it's at. So, yeah.
No pressure. No pressure, but right? Definitely. And what time is Charros of Rock set to go on?
Good.
What time is Charros of Rock set to go on?
As soon as Fallen Fury is done rocking, I think we're going to take the stage and just go. So if you guys are on like a 6
I think we're only 6 to 6:30.
Really?
Yeah, 6 to 6:30.
Is that Mexican time? Yeah.
That's Mexican time. Yeah.
So then we'll definitely have to make sure that we get there early enough as well, so that we can get a good spot for us, because I'm going to come out there and give some footage of that, and so that I can enjoy it as well. Now we do have also one more song to feature by Fallen Fury, so we want to make sure to get that out there for everyone too. And now once again, we're playing the new tracks from Fallen Fury, and this is their last track, "I'm Your Hero." Amy, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. This song is about people on Facebook that are, or for any social media actually, who are fake. So like the first part of the song explains like how it's from their point of view, how they're being trying to trick people into saying how good their lives are and how great everything is. And then the second part of the song talks about how my response is to that. Like I just laugh. I'm just waiting. I'm just laughing at you. That's basically the premise of the song. I hope you guys like it.
Okay, so once again, this is Fallen Fury's new track, and this is "I'm Your Hero."
Oh my God.
All right. Now, we just heard the third song from Final Fury, You're My Hero. And that very little ending was Mr. Duran adding that extra little mariachi harmonica little blip in there for you. So
Deaf
once again,
harmonica.
once again, you're tuning into the Dilly News Rock Show on Rockers Edge Radio. Still, some of it will go up on Chaotic Radio as well. We are speaking with a three-piece hard rock band, Fallen Fury from San Luis Obispo, California. We are also speaking with a member of the Charros of Rock. We had some earlier members as well, but I keep saying your name wrong. Mavero.
Hey, you're getting better at it. Mavero.
Mavero. Okay, I'm so sorry. I need to practice ahead of time. So we're just speaking of that. They have an amazing drive-up concert coming out in October 3rd. They have been talking about it throughout the interview. There is a commercial up on Rockers Edge Radio and Chaotic Radio for that. So if you missed any of that, just make sure to tune in to the radio station sites, and you can also get the information about where they're playing and all the information of how to get the tickets. It's a drive-up concert, $49 a car. Not a lot when you have a lot of people in the car. That's kind of just dollars for a show. So make sure to check them out. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. I am sorry we had technical difficulties on my end. So they took the time, and this is a little more extended than originally planned. So I appreciate that you stuck with us. Is there anything you guys would like to say to anybody before we close out? A shout out you want to give to someone, or a patty cake high?
Anthony, you want to say a shout out to anybody?
Just come to the show. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of great music, and it's going to be fun.
In this day and age, during the pandemic, there's not too many places where you can go, but this is one of those places where you guys can go watch live music, have a good time, and just get out there and just dance away, within your area, but you can do it. It'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to seeing everybody out there.
Yes.
Amy, you got any shout outs?
I just want to shout out to my hair. It looks great today. Thank you.
It does. It looks fantastic, considering we're all in shutdown, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I want to shout out to a guy who's going to be helping us, Bakersfield Sound Company. They are going to be sponsoring our guitar amps for this particular event. They make custom-made guitar amps from Bakersfield, California. So they are going to be providing our sound. So if you like it, talk to them, because the owner will be there. A couple of his staff will be there. If you want to get your own amp personally made, they hand build everything. If you're interested, go to bakersfieldsoundco.com, or you can call and ask for Gary Rink. Super great guys over there. So come out. You may even walk out with an amplifier from our set. So that'll be super awesome. They'll have shirts there and a bunch of other stuff. You can catch us. Just Google Fallen Fury, and we pop up everywhere. So Google us. We're on YouTube. We're on Amazon. We're on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. We are on YouTube. We are on Pandora. Pretty much just Google us. We're there. You can check out our back catalog too if you're interested. So yeah, just Google Fallen Fury. You'll see all of us. And then we're so excited, man, to play and open for Charros of Rock, and shout out to Steve. I know Steve's kind of busy doing some stuff with his family. He has some obligations today, so it's just the three of us from Fallen Fury here today. So we'll see Steve tomorrow. Steve, see you tomorrow.
Steve is the drummer. So just so we know, Steve is the drummer.
To Dilly for letting us do this, man. We are so appreciative of you and everything that you've done for us. We really want to say thank you. You've been a big supporter for us, and I don't think we could have gotten half the things we have had it not been from you and from your radio stations, both of them. So we really do.
Yes, we appreciate it so much. Thank you very
Oh, and you know what?
Yes.
But we appreciate too the people that do on my end as well. We appreciate it so much back too that we have the musicians willing to come out and talk with us and and have us play their music as well, so that we can also get that fan base of people tuning into us as well, because then we're playing the music that they like to hear. That they're locals, not just established and upcoming, so that we give that platform for them. So we appreciate when people also put that trust in us to get their music out as well. So thank you so much back. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Once again, this is Dilly Briggs with the Dilly News Rock Show. We were talking with Fallen Fury and Charros of Rock. I'm gonna be able to go see them on October 3rd, so I am gonna get a little bit of backup footage and some stuff from the show. I hope I catch from a cannon, boom, one of those shirts, because I want one. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Just Google them, either one of the bands, they'll pop up. You'll get all their information. Check them out. I really encourage you to support your local bands and your upcoming bands, because they really do a lot to give back to us, such as going through the hassle to do a drive-up concert for all of us. So thank you so much. And don't forget, come back for more.
Thank you so much, Dilly.
Have a great one, everyone.
Thank you.
Jazz hands.